I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we will learn how to sketch parabola from x-intercepts. The question is, find the x-intercepts and the vertex of parabola y equals to minus x squared minus 2x plus 8. Then sketch its graph. So there are three steps involved. First we'll find the x-intercepts. So first we'll find the x-intercepts. Now once we find x-intercepts, we can find the vertex. Vertex lies on axis of symmetry, so the average of the two values of x-intercepts will give us the x value of the vertex, and substituting that x value we can find the y value of the vertex. Once we have these two, then we will sketch the graph. So these are the three steps to be followed whenever you want to sketch parabola from x-intercept. So let's start with x-intercept. We are given equation as y equals to minus x squared minus 2x plus 8. It's always a good idea to factor this leading coefficient of negative number. It helps. So my advice is, you could do without that also, is factor this negative. I always want to keep it positive, so I'm using square brackets. Once I factor negative thing outside, all the signs will change. So we get 2x minus 8. Now we will factor x squared plus 2x minus 8. You should remember that when we are talking about x-intercepts, we are saying that y value should be 0. And therefore, we are looking for two factors. And then once they are equated to 0, we'll get the x-intercepts, right? So that's the whole idea. Now to factor this, we are looking for two numbers whose product is, let's say, p times q is minus 8 and whose sum should be plus 2, right? So this is what we're looking for. These two numbers could be 4 and 2. Since the sum is positive, 4 should be positive, the bigger number, right? So we get x squared. So let me follow a few more steps. Plus, I could have written directly the answer here, but I'm just going through a couple of more steps. 4x minus 2x minus 8, and now we'll group the first two terms to factor. So we get x as a common factor, giving us x plus 4, and then minus 2 as common factor. For the last two terms, we get x plus 4 there also, right? You should always get that same thing, right? So we get minus, and here we have x plus 4 as a common factor, right, times x minus 2. So that becomes the factored form. Now for x-intercept, y is equals to 0, right? So if I equate 0 here, then I can find the value of x-intercepts. So when is x plus 4 0? X plus 4 equals to 0. Let me equate. X plus 4 equals to 0 means x equals to minus 4. And x minus 2 equals to 0 means x equals to 2. So these are my two x-intercepts. One will be at minus 4 and the other one will be at 2, right? So these are the two x-intercepts. Now let us find the vertex. To find the vertex, we have to get the x value, which is midway between them. That is axis of symmetry, right? So that is the key issue, axis of symmetry. So axis of symmetry will be at x value of average of these two, right? Which is minus 4 plus 2 divided by 2. And that gives you a value of minus 2 divided by 2 as minus 1. So x equals to minus 1 is the x value for the vertex, since vertex lies on axis of symmetry. To find the y value, we can always substitute this in the equation and find y value. So we get y equals to, let's substitute minus 1 here. So we get minus of minus 1 whole square minus 2 times minus 1 plus 8, right? So that gives us negative 1. Minus and minus becomes plus 2 plus 8. So that is plus 9 for us. So we get plus 9 as the y value, and therefore the vertex is x is minus 1 and y is 9. Knowing vertex and the x-intercept, we can sketch the graph, right? So that's the last and the final stage, right? So we have done 2 steps already. Okay, now let's sketch the graph. Our x-intercepts are at -4 and 2, and the graph should be opening downwards. Vertex is at -1, 9. So in that case, I'll prefer to draw my axis like this, since -4 is more on this side, so we'll just make x and y axis like this, right? So that is my x-axis, this is y. Parabola opens upwards, -1. Let us say this is my -1, okay? It is axis of symmetry, -1. It opens downwards with 2 intercept, one on this side, which is 2, the other one at here 9, right? So we can just draw a parabola, turn it down from the axis of symmetry, right? And then bring it down. So that way, so you can always sketch a neat parabola. Once you sketch it, you can label. This is -4 for you, the first x-intercept. The other one is at 2, right? And this vertex happens to be at -1, 9. So this is -1 for you. And that's the origin. So that is how you can sketch the parabola, right? If you have a graph paper, well, you know the points, just connect them with a smooth curve. Remember, this point should not be a corner, right? I hope these steps are absolutely clear and you understand now how to sketch a parabola using x-intercepts. So you have to always find the vertex also and then sketch it. So the 3 steps are: find x-intercepts by factoring. If it is not factorable like this, you can use quadratic equation. Find the vertex, which will be a point midway between the 2 x-intercepts, and then sketch. At times, you may have just one x-intercept, right? So that is also your vertex, correct? I hope all this helps you to understand the concept better. Thank you and all the best.